Hey, everyone. Welcome to the show. I am so glad that you're here. Whether you are catching this live or tuning in on the replay, this is exactly where you need to be. I'm so happy to be back on schedule this week. We spent some time out of town celebrating our friends last week in San Antonio. It was so fun to see them and super refreshing. Good morning, Mitch. Hello. So good to see you. As we step into this space together, tell me in one word what energy or mindset you're bringing into the room today. Perhaps we've got a little joy. I know I'm super excited myself, or curiosity, or maybe a little chaos with some sparkle on top. Drop it in the comments. I just want to feel the vibes and energy that you are bringing into this magical corner of the internet today. I know your voice certainly matters here, so I love to see you chime in and hear from you. Exuberance. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is a $5 word, Mitch. I love it though. Exuberance. Yes. Very big, large. Absolutely. Right? We deserve to take up space. I love it. Thanks so much, Mitch. All right. Well, hopefully you're powering through your day, or if you just stopped in for a little inspiration, know that you are 100% in good company. And we've really got something special lined up for you today. Today's podcast title is Finding Your Inner Unicorn and Thriving Through Career Change. So, welcome to the Connie Korbelic Podcast, where we navigate twists and turns of career change, transition, job loss, or perhaps professional reinvention. I'm Connie, and today we're diving into a topic that so many of us can relate to, finding your unique strengths and thriving through a changing job market. If you have recently lost a job, or if you're considering career change, or perhaps you just feel stuck, this episode is just for you. And guess what? You are a unicorn. Yeah, you heard me right. You are a unique, irreplaceable talent in the marketplace. So today, we'll use the acronym UNICORN to help you rediscover your strengths and confidently step into your next career opportunity. So grab a cup of coffee, perhaps a notepad if you're able to do so. I've got a little water here for me, all right? Take a deep breath. And let's find your inner unicorn. All right. Good morning, Karen. So good to see you. Thanks so much for joining. All right. So we're going to dive right in. We'll start with you. You is unleashing your potential. When was the last time you truly assessed your skills, your strengths, and what makes you, you? Y-O-U. We are each unique individuals, and we each have a special path that we choose to walk or are supposed to walk, our calling, our unique identities. And today we're going to discuss that a little bit. So often job loss can make us doubt our worth, but the truth is it's an opportunity to step back and really recognize and capture our hidden potentials. And sometimes it's not always evident, but as I mentioned in my last podcast, sometimes job loss, career change, transition draws us back so that we have that time to analyze internally what those skills and assets and talents are that we have that we can then improve on and propel ourselves into the future. So let's take a moment to think. What are skills that you naturally excel at? What do people come to you for advice about? I know one of my favorite exercises is just to write down things that I'm good at, whether they're big or small. If you're stuck, and I was for a while, I had to reach out to friends and say, hey, what are something that you think I'm good at? But write down those 10 things, whether you ask a friend or a mentor or a former colleague. Sometimes others can see our strengths more clearly than we do. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's hard to look at yourself in the mirror when others see things that you naturally don't see. All right. So if you're shifting career change, don't discount your transferable skills. We talked some last week in my podcast about some of those things. So things like leadership and problem solving and communication. These are golden in any industry. And the key is to recognize your potential and use that to pivot with confidence. So some of you know just from previous episodes that I've had to reinvent myself over and over again, and often many times without warning. I moved 28 times by the age of 30. I faced health challenges that tried to define me, and I had no choice but to tap into strengths that at the time I didn't even know I had. And that's the thing. Like sometimes life just forces us to unleash the potential when we least expect it. Next up is N. N is negotiation. And this isn't just about salary. It's about knowing your worth and advocating for yourself in all aspects of your career. I know Mitch on this podcast today is an image strategist, and I'm learning so much from him as well. Love that. So certainly negotiation, not just about salary, but certainly about your image and your worth. So whether you're negotiating a job offer, a freelance rate, or a promotion, confidence is key. The secret, do your research. Do your research. Know what others in your industry are making. Understand the value you bring and be prepared to articulate it clearly. Remember, negotiation isn't just about money. Think about your work-life balance, your flexibility, perhaps career or professional growth. Your career is a two-way street, and you bring a lot to the table. I remember a time when I had to make a tough call. I loved my job, but staying in management under the leadership I knew wasn't the right move for me. I took a leap of faith, advocating for myself in a role that better suited me. Instead of being reassigned, I was let go. That experience taught me that knowing my worth wasn't about salary. It was about knowing what environments I could thrive in. I is for innovation. Innovation is a superpower when navigating career shifts. The job market is constantly evolving, and adaptability is crucial. Being able to be agile in the market and adjust where you need to have success. So think about how you can reinvent yourself. Can you learn a new skill? Perhaps take on a side project, leverage technology in a new way. The most successful professionals don't wait for opportunities, they create them. An example for myself, in November, I decided to just learn a new language. So I jumped on Duolingo, kind of chose something I know I could apply daily to my life and started learning it. And it's given me such confidence and challenging my mind to grow and expand in new ways, and kind of adds creativity back to my life. So perhaps just something small like that can improve your innovation in your own life. I'll share a quick story as well. As many of you know from previous conversations and episodes, after being laid off twice in less than 2 years, I had a choice. Then I could dwell on what I had lost or find a new way forward. And I pivoted into different industries, sometimes taking jobs that paid less, but it gave me a choice or chance perhaps to keep growing. Innovation isn't always about technology. It's about how we adapt when things fall apart. And in today's job market, that is so crucial, especially on the landscape of today with layoffs and companies restructuring, all kinds of things. So more of the story, think outside the box. Your next career move might not look like the last, and that's okay. And don't underestimate new avenues, and they might seem scary at first, but perhaps they're worth pursuing. Our next letter is C for confidence. Confidence is one of the hardest things to maintain during career uncertainty. It's one of the most important. If you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect an employer to? I know the last several months I've had to focus on that myself, but sometimes finding new avenues, ways to innovate yourself can help rebuild that confidence. I know when I fell ill in my teens, people told me I was faking my illness and just dealing with autoimmune. I didn't look sick. But despite all of that, I worked harder. I pushed forward and I proved that confidence is about isn't about pretending to have it all figured out, but it's about showing up for yourself, even when others don't believe in you. There's an opportunity to use power poses and affirmations to help build your confidence. And one of my favorite power boosting poses is just standing tall, like Wonder Woman or Superman. If you do it before an interview, there's actually science that backs it up, just proving it works. So if you've seen my social media banners, there's 3 photos of myself. My power pose is the middle photo of me. In my mind, I have unstoppable confidence, and I use power statements to speak to myself. Our words have so much power. So I posted one this week. For some of you who are following my social media, you might have seen it or know it. Magic happens when I trust my weird, wild, wonderful self. Practice your elevator pitch. Being able to confidently say who you are, what you do, and what you're looking for in a job role can make all the difference. O is for optimism. Let's talk about it. Look, I get it. Job searching can be brutal, especially in today's landscape. But maintaining a positive outlook isn't about ignoring reality. It's about focusing on the possibilities instead of the obstacles. Instead of saying, I'll never find another job, try saying, the right opportunity is out there for me and I'm actively working towards it. Surround yourself with positive influences, mentors, books, podcasts like this one, and people who uplift you. Your mindset can shape your reality more than you think. I know for me, my faith has been the most important pillar in my life. In the past, I had some career change. I was feeling unfulfilled and questioning if it was meant to be. Everything looked fine on paper, but inside I was restless. I prayed on it. That week, I had a mentor reach out to me, and his timing couldn't have been more impeccable. Things began to shift and open time for me. From this conversation, I made an investment in myself and leaned into being challenged, and I began to feel inspired again. I leaned into passions I shelved. I reconnected with purpose-driven work and eventually started this podcast. That has taught me optimism isn't pretending things don't hurt. It's trusting what's ahead can still be good, even if the path is uncertain. If you're there right now, between jobs, between clarity and chaos, I just know it's the in-between space right now, this exact ground, that could be your next breakthrough where you're about to bloom. So once again, optimism isn't about ignoring reality. It's about believing in a better one. All right, R. R is for resilience. Resilience is what keeps us moving forward, even when doors close. Rejection, redirection. Failures, they're lessons. Every successful person has faced setbacks. All of us know Oprah was fired. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. The key is to keep going. Take time to process disappointments, but don't dwell on them. Don't stay there. Learn, adjust, and keep pushing forward. A little resilience goes a very long way. For those who've been listening on previous episodes, you know my father is a retired military, so I moved a lot as a child. And as I mentioned earlier in this episode, I had moved 28 times by the age of 30 to be exact. I've lost a home in a fire. I've been laid off multiple times. I faced illness, and yet I've moved forward. In the event where I was let go, I had a mortgage, a car note, and a spouse depending on me. In that same week, I had a new job. It wasn't the same salary, but it was a start. And resilience is about getting back up every single time. Yes. Karen says fail forward or fall forward. Yes, I have heard the terms, and that is so true. We have to fall and then learn and get back up. That certainly resilience is key for. N is next, and it is for networking. This is the secret sauce to career success. Over 70% of jobs are found through networking, not online applications. 70%. So reach out, connect on LinkedIn, perhaps attend industry events, and don't be afraid to ask for informational interviews. Connect with others in your area, perhaps a job search small group, right? Maybe you can start one up in your community. Or, join a community group or different things in your area. Basically get involved, encourage and uplift one another. I know for me, after every layoff, I had to start over, and I didn't do it alone. I reached out, reconnected with old colleagues, and tapped into my network. Time and time again, those connections led to my next opportunity. If you're job searching, don't do it alone. Reach out, ask for advice, and keep building those relationships. Your network is really key to that success. So quick challenge for you this week. Reach out to 3 people, former colleagues or mentors, or even someone in a new field that you're curious about. You never know where one conversation can lead. In one of my last episodes, I discussed manufacturing momentum. It's kind of a baseball analogy, how when a team can't seem to just move forward and they're struggling, basically they'll start playing small ball and, punting, just trying to get a man to first base. That one action, that one shift for the coach, can make all the difference. And it's the same thing. For me, I made one phone call, and that phone call was my rebound to my career after job loss. So what small action could you take this week? Looking back, every challenge, every setback, it all shaped me into who I am today. I wouldn't be going through this podcast and working to encourage and uplift everyone who's walking the roads that I've walked. Remember this, you are more resilient than you know. You are a unicorn in the talent marketplace. Keep pushing forward, keep believing, and don't be afraid to chase those new opportunities. Your story isn't over, it's just beginning. So there you have it. Unicorn framework to navigate career change with confidence and clarity. Remember, unleash your potential, navigate your worth, innovate fearlessly, cultivate confidence, stay optimistic, be resilient, and network strategically. No matter where you are in your career journey, you are not alone. You are unique, valuable, and capable of incredible things. Thank you so much for tuning in today and for taking the time to reflect on your journey with me. If you found this episode helpful or know someone who might need a little career boost, or if you're in a career change, certainly share it with them. If you have a career change story, I'd love to hear it. Send me a message sharing your biggest career change challenges, and I might feature it on the next episode. Connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or LinkedIn. Give me a like, follow, or subscribe. I certainly thank you for all the support. And be sure to join me again next week, episode 7, March 29th, 2025, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Until next time, unicorns, keep believing in yourself, and your next opportunity is closer than you think. All right, we'll take a look at some of the comments. Mitch, I'm so glad you've gotten value from today. Karen, from one unicorn to another. Yes, absolutely. Love it. Thank you so much for the support, Mitch. Awesome. Wonderful. Yes, Mitch, you are a unicorn. You've got some valuable nuggets on your podcast this morning. So fantastic. Miss Frazier, love it. Awesome, guys. Once again, thank you guys so much for joining me today. It has absolutely been wonderful being on here. So until next time, see you soon, unicorns.